media bias because there was a CNN reporter and a lot of reporters out there that were tweeting out or putting on social media that picture, the image of children in cages, immigrant children, and blaming President Trump for that. It turns out those pictures were taken when President Obama was in office. So some of these reporters were taking down the pictures. There's the picture right there. And we asked Kellyanne Conway about it earlier. This is what she had to say.
This is actually the CNN fight she had on that same thing, because they're accusing the president of separating families at the border. That's a policy that was already in place, and they're looking at ending this. So here's these kids. Listen.
Why did a CNN reporter retweet that false fake tweet about the migrant children being in cages? Why did your CNN colleague retweeted 2 migrant children, I suppose, laying in a cage to make the point against this president? It happened under President Obama's watch, and then deleted the tweet because it didn't fit the narrative.
You saw this exchange all night with celebrities forwarding this tweet.
There was a former member of the Obama administration who'd actually put out the tweet as well, and then had to delete the tweet after realizing that it was his administration that had done it. Again, not surprising. It's as though President Trump has somehow become the earworm from Wrath of Khan that's gotten into the media's brain, into the Democrat brain, and it's completely warped them, because it is so obvious that this has been a problem going all the way back to the Obama administration. He's not wrong when the president suggests that it's not as though he has a choice about separating parents from children. If he actually wants to arrest illegal immigrants at the border, there is no choice, because the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled that he has to separate children from their parents. He can't keep the kids with their parents in detention. That's the problem. If the Democrats wanted to solve on this, if they want a solution on this, they could get one tomorrow. They don't want a solution on this because they do want these pictures. They want more of these pictures. They want more kids who are in a problematic situation like this so that they can blame President Trump and then claim that it's his cruelty that's the cause of all of this.
Good for her, though, for calling out that reporter and saying, what are you doing over there? If you're going to lie, I want you to explain why you're doing this. And the reporter didn't have an answer.
Well, I'm not sure CNN has any answers about its bias with regard to President Trump.
Nope, they've been exposed. Ben, we got to get, there's a new talking point from the left as well. A couple of representatives saying that Republicans that support this president, they're bums. Listen.
At the end of the day, there's only one remedy for that, and that is you need to throw the bums out. As long as there's a majority in Congress that is willing to do this president's will, and as long as we have a deeply unethical president, there's only one remedy.
Well, I think Ranking Member Schiff's point is that if they are not willing to be open to having their minds changed about holding the president accountable, then their seats are going to have to be changed. You're actually worse than bums if you're not willing to stand up to a president. I think people are pretty fed up, and they want to see people to start to stand up to the president.
So he's telling the Republicans how they should act with the Republican president, rather than put their agenda. Tell me what you're doing.
Well, I do love that Adam Schiff, who has actually set up a pup tent at media centers. I mean, he doesn't even go to Congress anymore. He just sits there in the green room, and he actually has food brought to him by
the numbers are by the hundreds.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And then he's the one who's calling the Republicans bums for actually attempting to get legislations on a variety of issues. The problem for Democrats is that really all they have in 2018 is how much they hate President Trump. They do not have an agenda. They've fallen into the politics of intersectional identity politics. It's all nasty stuff. And there's a reason that the generic ballot lead has shrunk in the average polls from 13 points down to about 3. The momentum is not on their side. That blue wave looks like it's barely going to be a ripple at this point.
Ben, would you also say, too, that they can't get past another program? They have a program. They think it's going to be health care. If you look at the studies, the average American, Republican or Democrat, cares most about health care because it's in tatters. We're in between programs, and the one that was not working starts to fray. And they want to move forward with the leadership, like Schumer and Pelosi, are going, stop talking impeachment, stop talking Russia. But nobody else is even listening to their own leadership.
Well, they're stuck with their base, and their base right now is so adamant that Trump is an illegitimate president and that it must have been Russian collusion, that something must have happened to have caused all of this, that there's going to be some deus ex machina, something's going to come in from the sky and save them from President Trump, that all they can do at this point is talk impeachment and Republicans are bums, because if they actually start proposing policy, well, that would mean they're normalizing the president by actually having normal policy discussions.
And then when they talk about health care, Brian, your point, they talk about health care for all for free.
Right. It's Bernie Sanders pie in the
single
sky.
payer, yeah, single payer.
It's out of control.
All right, Ben, thank you so much.
Hey, good to see you.
You're so smart.
Great to be here. Appreciate it.